I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it. Yeah.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ. I'm here with Rage and Cypher. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at NetsKingdom1, and we got articles on netskingdom.net. Make sure you guys check out those articles. Today's pod is about Ziaire Williams. Ziaire Williams is a Brooklyn Net. Let me read this quick article. Shout out to, I think it was Hoops Rumors. Yeah, it says Brooklyn is taking a flyer on Ziaire Williams, trading Mamadi Diakite to the Memphis Grizzlies. In what appears to be a salary dump for the Memphis Grizzlies and yet another development opportunity for the Brooklyn Nets. Ziaire Williams, a former lottery pick, is moving from Memphis to Brooklyn, along with yet another pick. The Nets receive a Dallas Mavericks second in 2030. And yeah, so let's finalize the deal. I think it was about mid-afternoon. What was your guys' first reaction before we dive into the Ziaire? Like, when you saw that notification from Woj, like, were you guys like, for me personally, I thought it was going to be DFS. I was like, this is going to be DFS. It's DFS. And then I saw the trade and I was like, oh, Mamadi Diakite. So, Rage, what was your reaction, man?
It was weird. Once I first saw the notification that Ziaire Williams got traded, it was weird enough that I instantly knew it was to us. But to see, like, once I opened up the full tweet and saw it was just for like Mamadi Diakite, I was like, oh, okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
We still, we thought Dorian would be
Jean-Marc
moved
Fleece?
in like a deal like that. We were talking about it, like, we've seen it. We've seen rumors, in a trade where Ziaire Williams would be coming back in a trade for Dorian attached with a first. But to get that without DFS is huge, and now it just, lays out what are we going to do next. We heard obviously some moves should be upcoming, but we'll see.
Yeah. Sype, what was your reaction when you saw the tweet? Were you like happy, or you were just like, okay, Sean did his thing? I mean, Sean's having a good season. I mean, off season so far, man.
My first reaction was, yeah, what a steal. Like, these are the moves that he made between 2016 and 2019 that got Nets fans to be obsessed with him in the first place. Like, not only did you get the player, like, you also got a second round pick. So, and Diakite was nothing.
Yeah.
Like he was just a throw in from the Bridges trade. So you basically got rid of a player that didn't matter, got a former top 10 pick and a second rounder. Like that is, it's not a high profile move, but it is a steal.
Yeah. Now I believe Ziaire is making around, what was it, 3 or 4 million. I think his deal is on an expiring deal. Next year he'll be a restricted free agent, so I guess the Nets could either keep him or lose him. So it's not nothing like Cypher was saying. It's a low risk, high reward type of move. But from what I've heard, Grizzlies, if you go on Grizzlies Twitter right now, Memphis Grizzlies fans hate this guy. They think he stinks. He's awful. Now, Ziaire, actually, when he first got to the Grizzlies, he was actually useful for them. He did have a breakout kind of, I wouldn't say a breakout year, but again, the Memphis Grizzlies were developing. Ja was picking up steam, and he did add a couple like pieces. He did add some tools in his bag because he's a 6'9" wing. As you see in those clips here, he can score at all three levels. He got that mid-range pull-ups. I think I was reading NBA University. There was a time in like 2022 he was hitting like 50% of these mid-range pull-ups. Silky, really smooth handle. I guess like self-creation. He can shoot the three, and then he can get to the rim. He's like really athletic, and he's like wiry, kind of like that twitchy, bouncy. Like if you go downhill and if you don't guard him correctly, he will dunk on you if you don't guard correct. So that's the type of wing he had. But yeah, Rage, what was his read his stats, I guess, from last year?
So this past year he played 51 games. 8.2 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists per game, 39.7% from the field, 30.7% from three, 82.7% from the free throw line. He's only 22, like you said, 6'9" wing. But yep, that's the season he's coming off of, another underwhelming one.
What do you see like Ziaire's like rotation wise this year? I guess I guess we still gotta wait. We're really waiting right now for the CJ. I mean, we got the Keon news. Keon's gonna be here. We're with 15 guaranteed contracts. What do you think that if CJ and DFS are here, what do you think his rotation minutes are gonna be off the bench? How many do you think he's gonna be involved a lot?
So off the bench, I think he'll see some time.
Mm.
With everybody here, it'll be interesting to see how he gets that time. It might not be too much, but if it's without those guys, he'll definitely have a solid place in the rotation. But as of now, kind of unsure, but
Yeah,
definitely get a little bit of minutes with a team that's rebuilding and just needs players to play. But there we do
yeah.
have quite a bit of wings. There is Cam Johnson, there's
There's a lot
Dorian,
of wings.
there's him, there's Jalen
Yeah.
Wilson, there's still Dariq Whitehead. So
Go ahead, Saif. Saif, you want to get in there? Okay. Yeah, because go ahead, Saif. I see you.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say maybe anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes per game. That's where I see it. He really does struggle. Like, he doesn't have any particular skill he's good at. Like, there is some creation ability in the mid range.
Yeah.
Benefits a lot off of screens. Like, when he
Yeah.
was playing with Steven Adams, that's his best version. So I could see some stuff with Claxton, some Clowney stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know, until he develops like a really efficient part of his game, hopefully a 3-point shot, then he's gonna struggle. I mean, I've said this before, but he did get dumped for a reason.
Yeah. Would you consider him better? Would you consider Jalen Wilson better than him, or he's better than Jalen Wilson right now? Do you think?
I
Because
think
they're
Wilson is
probably going to
better
be
than him.
competing. You think Jalen's better than him?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to probably be competing for minutes off the bench this season, because I kind of compare them. I mean, they're similar in age. I mean, he's 6'9", obviously he has the height advantage, but you've seen how Jalen is shooting. Jalen is coming off a scorching hot summer league, 55%, whatever he shot. I think he shot 55% from three. So I'm just gonna see going out in the future. It's gonna be really interesting where they put Ziaire and how their future plans are for Ziaire. Because if you talk to Memphis Grizzlies fans, and I've read Memphis Twitter, and I've seen a lot of DMs and comments from people, they're like, "This guy stinks. Don't make him shoot threes. He's inconsistent. His midi is okay, but he gets hurt a lot. He went through some injuries. I think he had some knee problems these past 2 years. I think Rachel said he only played 51, but I think he was having some knee issues this past season. So it really hampered his development. So he didn't really get to, I guess, fully develop with because John Morant was going through his issues, and then last season it was basically like a kick it year because everybody was hurt. Desmond, JJ, everybody was gone. So it was just a waste kind of year for Ziaire. What is he gonna do in that kind of what was he gonna do in that kind of situation?
He's never played more than 62 games in a season in his entire career. That's one of the reasons why he's been inconsistent, because we know it's hard to get consistency when you're always in and out of the lineups. You're always dealing with injury.
Yeah.
I could see his archetype is fantastic.
Yeah.
It just, until he develops more efficiency, it's going to be hard for him. And he's not really a good rebounder. There's no real playmaking. Defensively, he's kind of average.
Yeah.
Until then, it's just this is the team though. If there's any team that could give him minutes and really give this guy a shot, it's the Brooklyn Nets, and the goal is to tank. So there is no downside to playing him 15 to 20 minutes per game.
Yeah, I agree. He could either be a huge tank commander for us, like the Grizzlies are saying, oh, he's trash. If he's trash, he's trash, and it'll help our tank. But then if he develops and actually plays really outstanding, it's good for us because we can think about keeping him down the line. I mean, he still was a former lottery pick, so it could be of value if he raises his value up. Could be a trade piece down the line. So hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. That's Kingdom1. What are your thoughts on the new addition of Ziaire Williams? The Sean Marks is cooking. We'll see what he does next in the next episode. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. We'll be back.